Today I'm going to show you 5 apps for you to take the full potential of your iPad. Welcome to the series where every single month I'm going to show you the best apps in productivity, education, entertainment, and so much more. Let's get into it. Let's get started with a brand new app on the App Store, and that is Globetrotter. This app literally released this month. I've been using the beta for quite a while. It's basically an improved, more advanced version of Apple's Photos app. There's a bunch of things that you can do with it, from Photos Year Wrap to travel highlights, Photos, Memories, Maps, Memories, a scratch map, flanks, and landmarks. Like, there's so much. Let me go ahead and open it for you. And the first thing that we can see is its beautifully crafted design. You've got a world map that you can see where you've been. So let's say, in my trip to Thailand and Vietnam, we can quickly scroll through. Apple's app do this as well, but I think this design with the split screen is pretty nice. There's also a lot of customization that you can choose from. For example, the year. You can select, hey, I only want photos from 2020, for example, and it will only show you photos from 2020. Over on the left, you've got a bunch of customization as well, and a lot of really fun things. For example, world travel highlights. It says that I've been to 25 countries, 4 continents. I've traveled 12% of the world, which is quite cool to see at. And it will tell you, hey, you've been in Canada, Cayman Islands, Czech Republic, Dominican Republic. There's also a lot of share options as well. So you can share to Instagram how much you've traveled, which is pretty cool. You've also got like a wrap. Same thing with Spotify or Apple Music wrap. Let's go ahead and tap View 2023 Wrap. 3, 2, 1, and boom. Let me turn down the volume just a tiny bit. It will give you a little wrap on a specific trip that you've been. Pretty similar to what Apple does within their Photos app, but it's pretty cool. You've also got a world travel scratch map. So as you can see, you can actually see the parts of the world that you've actually been at, and you don't have to put this manually, which that's my favorite part about it. There's a lot of apps that you can manually put where you've been. So I think it's pretty cool that you can just visually see where you've been, and it does it all automatically. And once again, you can actually share that world map, or you can just save the image, and then later on you can view it in your camera. World travel scratch map. You've also got like this landmark collection. So the more landmarks that you actually visit, for example, the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty, you can actually collect all of those landmarks within Apple Maps. So as you can see, I've actually collected 84 of them, and the more places that you actually visit, well, the more places that you can actually collect. You can also collect flags, so the more countries you visit, you're gonna have like this little sticker. You've also got event routes. So for example, if you tap on show random event route, let's say you were on the trip, it will actually tell you, hey, you travel from there to here, and then inside of here, you did this exact route. So it's super useful. Let's say you traveled somewhere and you wanted to share to your friend the route that you were at that specific country. You can do that over here. You can zoom in. You were like, ooh, what photo did I take over here? Oh, these beautiful photos of the cathedral, for example. Got this beautiful photo of Chenia in the Cathedral of Zaragoza. So there's so many things that you can do. You can also add friends within the app. So for example, I've got Chenia, and I can actually see her ranking of the countries that she's actually been at. You've also got memories, very similar to what Apple Photos does, but you can also tap on add new memories. So if you want to see just random different memories, you can do that over here. And then you can actually browse all of the photos on your camera roll right from here as well. So it's basically trying to replace the Photos app in specific things, and it's also just a really good travel tracker, let's call it that. Next up in the list is Lake. Now this is a great app if you have the Apple Pencil, because it's basically a coloring book / journaling app. It's really cool, and it helps you to relax your mind. I've tried out a lot of coloring books apps for the iPad, but I gotta say this one in particular I love because of how easy it is to use, the aesthetic of it, and it also supports local artists. So for example, you've got a bunch of different artists that they're actually selling their own art books, so you can actually buy them and actually draw inside of them, and then the actual interface is absolutely beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and open an illustration. And as you can see, the way that you actually zoom in is extremely smooth, and you've got a bunch of really awesome creative tools for it. So for example, you can actually draw in acrylic, and what's cool is you can actually tap on lines closed or lines open. What lines open will mean is that if you actually draw, as you can see, it goes through the line. But instead, if you tap on lines closed, you can actually draw and the lines will be closed. So depending on how focused you want to be, or if you just want to relax, you can decide on lines closed or lines open. You can change the brush size over here on the left. And once again, you've got a bunch of different tools that you can choose from. So for example, you can actually do graffiti over here. And as you can see, I just crossed it over here. So sometimes it's actually pretty cool to have the look of actually not having everything so perfect. So let's go ahead and grab some green, and you can just illustrate like that. Hey, once you've actually finished such a beautiful piece, you're kind of proud of it, and then later on you can print it directly from your iPad if you wanted to. So you can either do this for entertainment or for meditation if you just want to chill at your couch and just draw. It is really, really relaxing because you really got to focus, but it's also not hard because you can do it with lines closed or lines open. And then once you've actually are done with your piece, you can send it via someone or add it directly to your gallery, which will be saved within the app. Next up is the best iPad app because it literally won the best iPad app of the year for 2023 according to Apple, and that is Photomator. Now I gotta say, there's so many advanced features in this app that make it just the best app of the year. First off, it's a great photo editing app. And the way that you actually edit it, the way that it's actually combined. First off, it's a very complete photo editing app. The way that you actually use your Apple Pencil to actually use a lot of the features, which we're gonna get into it in just a second. Photomator is known for its machine learning because it can actually detect a lot of different things to do certain things. You'll understand now in just a second. For example, machine learning to increase the resolution of a photo. Let's say you've got a very low resolution photo. Just by tapping on machine learning, increasing resolution, it will do exactly that just by a tap of the button. And now the quality of my image is now larger. You can also enhance your image with machine learning. It will do all of it automatically, just like that. And as you can see, just by one tap, my image looks way, way better. You can actually repair photos as well. This is how I repair all of my photos. For example, this is such a beautiful image, but the head of this guy is kind of ruining it. So I can just quickly grab my Apple Pencil over here and remove the, there you go. You can just make it a little bit better. And then if you zoom out, the guy is now gone. You've also got surfers here. If you just want to remove a surfer, it's as easy as that. You can also balance the color of your image extremely well, since you can actually select that specific color and then match it to saturate it more or brighten it just a tiny bit of color over there. You can also change the curves of the images, or if you don't really feel like editing a photo, you've also got a bunch of presets that are absolutely beautiful with black and white or more retro looking. Once you're actually done with that edit and you're really proud of it, you can also export the image as a LUT. So yeah, I mean, if you want to find a great photo editing app, I mean, Lightroom is great, but it's also a subscription that you have to pay for every single month. Photomator, you just pay it once and you're good to go, and it's extremely powerful. Before I tell you my last two favorite apps for the iPad, I gotta tell you about today's sponsor, which is ESR. Starting with this guy, the Shift Magnetic Case. It extremely protects your iPad and even has this little pouch for your Apple Pencil. You've got 6 different use modes, from raised screen view, portrait view, free move mode, writing mode, viewing mode, fridge mode. You've also got an ultra stable stand. It also won a Red Dot Design Award. The Rebound Hybrid case is also pretty nice. It's got a detachable magnetic cover, portrait stand mode, and dual protection. And yeah, I mean, that's what I love about these cases, because there's a lot of cases that are bulky, but once you don't want them bulky, with this, you can kind of just take this out and you've got a super thin case. And then if you want ultra protection and you want to travel somewhere, or you want different reading modes, well, that's why it's there. And then the cherry on the top is this paper feel screen protector, because it's not your standard screen protector. You kind of just slap it on when you want it to, and it basically feels like you're writing on a piece of paper. I mean, just listen to it. So yeah, if you're interested in the cases or on the screen protector, links will obviously be linked down below in the description. Now, let's get back to the apps. Now, Yoink is an extremely useful productivity app for the iPad. As you can see, it lives on right here. Just like that, I can multitask using Yoink. And let's say I really liked this image right here, right? I can just simply drag it and drop it into Yoink and then just leave it for later. It's a great tool because whenever I find something that I like, an image, a text, a website, whatever it is, I just simply swipe to the right and then just simply drag and drop it. It doesn't matter if it's a screenshot, whatever. That's the main focus of it. It does a lot more things, such as scanning documents, adding a sketch, add from your own photos, or download a specific URL, whether it's a video or a photo. But my favorite feature of it is just exactly this, because it lives on right here. How does it exactly work though? Well, let's say you just open Safari and then you open Yoink, but as slide over. And then once you're done with it, you simply hide it. And then if you want it back, it will always live there. Now it can live in the left screen of your iPad, or it can also live on the right side of your iPad. And then we've got off screen. Now off screen is an app that I've been using constantly on my iPhone and on my Apple Watch. 1, to reduce my screen time, and 2, to focus more. So it does a lot of things, but it basically lets you focus more. That's the way that I use it. If you buy the Pro version, you can actually block distracting apps. So for example, I can actually block and hide, and that's what I currently use. When I make a full video about this app, that's how much I love it. But basically, I hate TikTok and Instagram the way that it distracts me constantly. So I can simply block those apps. I won't even see them. I won't even get notified by them on specific times, right? Or whenever I'm doing the work hard scene in the app, it will hide it all automatically. You've got beautiful widgets, as you can see. There's way more advanced screen time analytics. You can also reach your goals with built-in timers, tagging goals, and a bunch of that. So let me go ahead and actually show you it. First thing that you're gonna see is that it will actually let you know how much time and usage you've actually been with your phone or with your iPad. Now, I totally recommend this app specifically on the iPhone as well, because on the iPhone, it will let me know, hey, you've opened your phone 120 times today. What's going on? And then maybe you can think of, yeah, well, I was working, but if you weren't working, hey, that's a lot of time. It will also let you know how much time you've actually been using your phone while walking. I mean, if you're walking, you shouldn't be with your phone unless you're doing something, maybe navigating through maps, but it just lets you know how much time you've been with your phone. And then you can actually do these focus sessions. As you can see, I've got my working session, which is 25 minutes, my studying session, which is 25, and work as well. So for example, I got it on my watch as well, but if you've got your iPad and you're focusing on your iPad, you can actually just do this. All right, stay focused. It will set a timer for 25 minutes, and then you can start working with your iPad. It will notify you, hey, you've got 5 minutes left, 3 minutes left, and then once my 25-minute timer is up, hey, I can chill a bit and then get back to another one. I can tap on give up. All right, now it's time to study. All right, studying session, 25 minutes. You can obviously create 1 hour to 2 hour sessions, but I personally prefer to do 25. You can also do a Pomodoro technique, which I'm sure you guys, all of you know. You can start the Pomodoro timer, and so you can see, 25 minutes to go. There's also an option for white noise. So if you like to focus with like a forest sound or maybe thunder, you put on your headphones with this. I mean, you can focus a lot. Focus easy or strict. If you put strict, well, specific apps will be blocked. So that's it for episode 1. If you want to continue discovering more apps, you can tap this video right here. Or if you're undecided on which iPad you should get, you can check out this student guide on which iPad that you can buy. Thank you for watching. Okay, bye-bye. Hey, subscribe if you're new. Okay, bye.